What's up, guys? This is Matthew from Nerd News Today, day 3 of New York Toy Fair. I am back, still here in fact. I was gone a little bit earlier because I went out to a Hasbro event. Some of you guys who were watching earlier may have noticed that the stream randomly, abruptly died. Well, that's because I was in the basement of the Hasbro headquarters, not headquarters, but their temporary place of operations. And basically, as soon as we got downstairs, it all just died. But luckily for you guys, as I mentioned on that stream, I was going to cover it regardless. So I filmed a whole bunch of things off stream, and those will hopefully be online tonight. If not tonight, within the next day or two. So I decided for now, just kind of wander around with you guys for a little bit and show you what this basement floor looks like at Toy Fair. So we walked through Action Figure Alley yesterday. I did that in the morning, in fact. So this time I'm just going to walk around some of the other parts. And we'll see what we find, because you never know what you're going to see at New York Toy Fair. So this down here is the higher numbered areas. Where we're passing through now was the action figure section, and we'll probably end up finishing there. So I don't know, let's pick a random aisle, and we'll probably just take a little walk and see what we find. I'm going to head, actually, let's just go all the way down and work our way back up. So far, if you guys are new to the channel, or anybody who's been here before knows, I've checked out NECA a few times. We've been to Mezco. We've been to see Mattel this morning, where I filmed some other videos. We went to Super 7. We've been to a bunch of places already. Kotobukiya. And the thing with Toy Fair is really once you finish your appointments or whatever, you can just kind of wander, and there's tons of random things to take a look at. Like, for example, here's a random thing. It's a Zombieopoly. It's like Monopoly, but with zombies. And we got Jerseyopoly over here too. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right. So this is what happens when you guys wander around Toy Fair. You never know what you'll find. And I just found this company here. I believe their name is Late for the Sky, and they specialize in variations of Monopoly. Looks like they have localized versions for all the states. They even have some college ones over here too. And for all you cat lovers, Catopoly. The property trading game is the Cat's Meow. Let's go on, keep on wandering. See what other random things we're going to find here today. So if we pass by anything that you see you have interest in, you guys can just let me know. And we'll stop and take a look at stuff. And likewise, if the quality of the videos get a little janky, let me know as well. Okay, looks like we're now in... oh, hey, look at this. This is cool. Unexpected. So I believe where we are now is a section where there's a lot of distributors. There's a lot of overseas distributors, Asian distributors in particular, that come and they're often kind of put into one specific section. Hey Raul, we're just kind of wandering around right now. Thanks for watching with us. Hey, there's a good pit stop to make. Let's go to Jelly Belly, see what candy they got. That's kind of the nice thing about going to the Toy Fair. There's always some free swag somewhere. And you're never hungry for too long because every booth has candy. And Jelly Belly always got the good stuff. Let's take a look. Jelly Belly's got some Harry Potter candies. A lot of the stuff's been on the market in the past, but I think they have some new packaging, it looks like. Raul, how big is the actual center? That's a good question. I don't know the exact number, but we're in the Jacob Javits Center. It stretches from like 35th Street down to, I don't know, I want to say like 39th maybe? And that's just how many blocks it is, but it's multiple floors as well, and Toy Fair takes over the entire center. So, I mean, I wish I could give you an exact number. Easily, probably the whole thing is like 2 miles, I imagine. Something crazy like that. Let's see. Excuse me. Ah, cool. They got themselves some jelly beans. Let's take a look and see what we got in here. There you guys go. So, hey, let's share a bag of jelly beans, guys. Oh, really? You're a UK dude. All right. Well, thank you for watching. What time is it over there in the UK right now? Alright, this is 8 p.m. Nice. Well, thanks for being with us this evening. Right now, I think it's a little bit after 3 p.m. here, Eastern Time. This is Cuddle Barn. They have a bunch of plushy Addams Family figures you guys can see in the background. This is a big year for Addams Family. I've seen a lot of companies doing Addams Family stuff this year. In fact, Mezco has it as part of their 5 Points collection. And who else did I see? I think Super 7 maybe had something. I know I saw a few companies doing Addams Family things, and I'm talking like the original Charles Addams Family stuff. So not like the 90s movie with Raul Julia, but the very original series of comic strips. We're about to actually pass by Arcade 1-Up again. I know some folks are curious about that again. We did a whole stream there. And here's some of the newer units, the arcade cabinets that they have. There's a random dude. My favorite reveal so far, Raul, let's see. I mean, there's been a lot of really great ones. I always love everything that NECA has, and I really like seeing Bebop and Rocksteady. That's the first thing that comes to mind. A lot of the stuff in the DC Collectibles booth was great. I love looking at their toys. Let's see what else. I mean, I gotta be honest, we're gonna be doing a full review after Toy Fair, and I felt a little bit underwhelmed this year in general. It's been an interesting year for the Toy Fair. And when I say interesting, I mean, you know, with the death of Toys R Us, companies are still feeling it. And even smaller companies who weren't in Toys R Us, they've been affected by the lack of business as well, just as a whole for the toy industry. So, yeah, it's been weird. I think, you know, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but it is kind of tied together. Like, you know, one of my big favorite reveals, for example, was the Ghostbusters Ecto Tron, which I just saw at the Hasbro booth. And the thing is, they announced that thing Friday, and this whole week there's been tons of announcements at Toy Fair, or rather ahead of Toy Fair. And that's kind of cool, it's kind of great, but on the other hand, it's kind of like a little bit of an act of desperation, maybe. You know, like this year, it was a lot easier to make appointments for things, a lot easier to get into places that normally we wouldn't have access to. And, you know, they're kind of really, really needing that press, needing to have more people looking at their stuff, talking about their stuff, building a buzz. And, yeah, so unfortunately, a lot of the reveals I would have loved to have been like shocked at while coming to Toy Fair. I heard about earlier in the week, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, Raul, Funko reveals. I mean, Funko always reveals tons of stuff. So I mean, it's more just like what franchise you're into, and you know, there's usually something for everybody. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Funko. Silver Phantom asking, is the Detective Pikachu plush good quality? You know, that's coming out from Wicked Cool Toys. That's what you're talking about, and you know, I don't know how much people really know about Wicked Cool Toys still, because they're not new, but they're not, you don't really think about them necessarily first off when you talk about toys. But they do really good quality stuff. They actually make very excellent quality toys. I got to actually hold the Detective Pikachu off camera, off stream, because I know that stream you guys watched yesterday was shit. So sorry about that again, but the toys are actually really great, really soft. And yes, the Pikachu does talk like Ryan Reynolds, and that's pretty awesome. And Raul, yeah, you're saying I like Marvel and Star Wars. I'm only buying 3 of the pops they've shown this year. I mean, I'm kind of interested in the Ghostbusters pops, but I don't even know if I'm interested enough to buy them. All right, we're at Junior Learning. We just have to stop here because I saw the spaghetti, or the Spaghetti Gator. I was going to call it Spaghetti Gator, but these are cool looking learning games. Hey, Toy Insanity, if you see anything you like, let me know. I'm just kind of wandering until I find things I like. Hey, hello. This is the Junior Learning booth we're at right now. And hey, we're live, Nerd News Today YouTube channel. I've just blindsided them with a live stream. Just saw this Spaghetti Gator, looks pretty cool. Alright, cool. How does this game work?
Yeah, so you build 3-letter or 4-letter words by flipping the tiles. So some of the tiles will be upside down. Flip it up, you can make a word. So right here, spot. You're gonna go again. And then any of the tiles that are already flipped up, you can
Oh, there you go. All right, very cool. That's a really cool concept. So in case you guys could not hear that on the stream, basically you pull one of these guys at random, and your goal is to be able to make a word out of something. So, for example, this is not a word. So I would lose, and I'm terrible at the game because I'm knocking over all the pieces. We're going down. All right, cool. Thank you, guys. That's Spaghetti Gator from Junior Learning. That looks like a lot of fun. All right, thank you. Raoul talking about the Ghostbuster pops and Silver Phantom Castlevania pops. Yeah, those actually look pretty good also. So again, guys, we're just wandering right now. If you're joining us, we're kind of just wandering around the showroom floor, chatting Toy Fair. I might go back and do some things again off camera, but I did a bunch today, and feeling pretty good about them. So if you see something that you like that we're passing by, just go ahead and shout it out, and I'll stop and take a look. So a lot of the floor, really the majority of Toy Fair is not action figures. There's really just basically two aisles of stuff, two very long aisles of things. The rest of it is things like board games and a lot of things for much younger children. So you're going to see like a lot of interesting things, but things that might not necessarily be up your alley or type of thing you normally purchase. I'll say here's some big Velcro blocks. It's kind of interesting. Raul, how do appointments work? Well, in a lot of cases, companies will reach out to us sometimes, and they'll be like, "Hey, we've got this thing. Come look at us." And it's up to whoever they sent that email to respond and say if they want to come, make an appointment or not. Other larger companies, sometimes they'll invite you to press events. Like, for example, Mattel, Hasbro, they have press events. And that's kind of like invitation-only type thing. Otherwise, though, it's basically you build contacts, and typically you can make appointments in advance. But let's say you're a first-year blogger, for example. You don't really have any contacts. You don't really know anybody. You would first apply to Toy Fair as press, and then you just come here and start trying to make appointments. And hopefully you can make some. And if not, there's always next year. But I mean, a lot of places are walk-ins as well, so not too bad. Silver Phantom asking if kids are allowed at the event. Kids are technically not allowed at the event, but they are allowed at the event. So, for example, I'm going to play close look at this Velcro block stuff here. So, if you're like a kid blogger, for example, which we saw a bunch earlier today at the Mattel event, then yeah, you're allowed in because you're working the event. But typically, no, it's not really a kid-friendly event, even though there's tons of toys here. And the main reason for that probably is they just don't want kids walking up to these things, playing with prototypes or breaking stuff. So, mostly a liability issue here. So these are Velcro blocks that we're looking at right now. 2-in-1 combo sets. So this is pretty neat. So it looks like all the joints are Velcro, and you can kind of customize, mix and match bits.
I'm working on printing ventures on park out here.
So Raul, he's asking if he can go. There we go. He's asking if he was just wanted to see Marvel Legends or something like that. No, probably not. Mostly because Marvel Legends, for example, is Hasbro. Hasbro is actually one of the hardest events to get into. They've always been difficult. I mean, early on, I was able to get into some of them, and it took a lot of work to get that contact information. But the last 2 years, I didn't actually get into any of them. So again, that's why I was talking about Toy Fair being a little weird this year, and the business of toys being a little bit weird, because this year I had a much easier time getting into the event, and I'm happy for that. I got no problems with that. But yeah, so I mean, typically, yeah, I mean, sure, you could try and go just to see that, but if you're gonna go to an event like that, you better be a big-time website. All right, we're checking out a company now, Wicked Duels, and they make some minifigures. These look really, really cool. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. So they make zombies, monsters. They have some multi-packs of figures. And they have kind of like little buckets. There's a bunch of loose guys. Let me see if I can get some better detail. There's like a Frankenstein monster, a creature from the Black Lagoon, a mummy, Phantom of the Opera, a zombie coming out of a grave. There's also some mythical characters, like there's a centaur over here, and there's some Cthulhu thingies. There's some aliens and as well, fantasy creatures, astronauts. These are really nice looking minis. Yeah, Raul, I mean, it's, Toy Fair has been one of my favorite events that I've ever done, working for other websites and working for my own website. So I get to see all this cool stuff, but it is hard work. There's a reason why this isn't an event that's open to the public. It's meant more for retailers, for distributors, for licensors. It's for where business gets done. This is really where the business of toys happens. And yeah, if you're gonna come here, I mean, you do gotta work to earn a spot here. This is Wicked Duels. They also have some more stuff back there. Same thing, just that's how stuff is packaged. I really like this stuff, in fact. So I think I'm going to try and remember to come back here tomorrow and chat out whoever's running this place. Again, this is why we wander, because you don't know what you're going to find. And there's always really cool stuff at Toy Fair that no one's even talking about. It just falls under the radar entirely. All right, this is Fat Brain Toy Company. This is really cool. Earl Martin, does it cost money or do you just walk in? Well, no, Toy Fair is, at least for press, it's free. I don't know about other people. I don't know about distributors or that kind of thing. I imagine they do pay to get in, but I'm not sure. I've never gone that route. Don't know anybody who is a distributor, so I couldn't really answer that question for you. But as press, the nice thing is we are allowed in for free. But again, we're not just allowed in for free because we're press. We have to earn the right to come here. So that means, throughout the year, I got to be busting my butt, which I do on this YouTube channel, getting the views, getting the hits, getting the numbers. You want to show them that you're a viable website and that you're worth it to come to their event. They don't just want to let some random guy off the street come in here. I actually think I saw some, maybe college kids who tried to crash the event yesterday, and they did not get very far. They did not get far at all. So we're walking by a Fat Brain toy company, and I'm actually going to turn my camera over here. This is the Puppet Company. So there's a lot of plush toys you'll find at Toy Fair, and a lot of puppets as well, all of varying degrees of cuteness.
Let me get the big catalog. Okay.
And there's a pile of candy, because again, every Toy Fair, you'll never go hungry. And whoever's watching right now, thank you all for joining us today. We're just kind of wandering right now because we've done a bunch of things earlier in the day. So I decided to kind of just walk through the aisles, at least to the lower level of this area, and just take a look at random stuff that's going on. Seeing what toys we might find, because who knows. Tokido. Let's take a look at this. This is an arts and crafts product.
Yeah, you can try. Go ahead. Push it all the way. And then you pick it up. And then there's your...
Oh, interesting. So...
Yeah. And then if you want to take it off, if you want to start on your picture, you just pull it right off and it comes in.
So this is kind of like a silk screen for Play-Doh type products. Very interesting. Raul, okay, let me see what you just wrote. Yes, so Raul just said Toy Fair's always been fun to watch at home because of the time zone difference for him. And he's always anticipating the reveals. Yeah, that's really the biggest fun of Toy Fair, but that's kind of another thing too that's been changing in the last few years is the reveals. There's been less of them in the last probably 2 years, honestly, at least 2 years. So for example, let me talk about WWE toys. So that's a great example of this. So WWE comes here as part of Mattel. Their main guy is Bill McKenna. He's the man behind a lot of those figures. He does not come to Toy Fair in New York, but in a few weeks he'll be at Toy Fair Vegas. So that's closer to where their headquarters is in LA. So he'll be there. And mark my words, there's going to be more WWE figure reveals there, and probably more at the Vegas toy show than there will be here in New York. And San Diego Comic Toy Fair's kind of changed in that regard. But again, Toy Fair really isn't just for action figures and just for action figure reveals, it's for bound. In fact, I actually yesterday was at the Warhammer 40K booth. I plan on going back there and just watching the dudes paint, chatting with them more. They have a bunch of new things at Warhammer 40K, and I don't know if they're video friendly or not, to be honest. But if they are, I will do something with them. And there's one of the many bathrooms in the Javits Center. That's not interesting. Let's cut through this booth. So how's the video? I think I just got a text saying my video plan dead. So who knows how jittery it's going to look now. So interesting thing about Toy Fair too is a lot of the products, typically are all gender. There's probably more products oriented toward girls than boys. All right, let's see. This is some National Geographic Dinosaurs. I like dinosaur toys. Our little screen's glitching a bit. Was it glitching before, or was it just started glitching in the last minute or two? So right now I'm just holding the camera steady, or trying to. There's some National Geographic Dinosaurs off for a bit. Let's show you guys the other dinosaurs. I'll probably cut the stream short in a little bit anyway, probably the next few minutes. So while we're here, if anybody has any questions about Toy Fair or what we've seen so far, just go ahead and let me know. I'm pretty sure you guys can at least still hear what I'm saying, even if you can't see everything I'm looking at. And if you can't hear me, then we got a lot more problems to worry about. Blogodinosaurus. These are neat. Kind of like block-based construction dinosaurs. There's a Cryptozoic, Triceratops, got a raptor, T-Rex, and a little dude. This is a Blocko Dinosaurs. BLO. Take a look at these. They also had last 2 minutes. Oh, cool. Hi, how are you? We're just live streaming right now. Is that all right? We're just live right now, just wandering around. Is it all right if we're filming some of the stuff? It's for Nerd News Today YouTube channel. We're just walking around. That's one of the booth representatives just chatting with us right here. Because there's some random dude just walking to the booth with a camera. So, Blocko Dinosaurus. In terms of the number of toy fairs, I mean, New York Toy Fair is once a year, but there's other toy fairs around the world. So they're basically annual event. There's a bunch of other things, and they're basically just once a year. And I want to agree, to be honest, Toy Fair is my favorite event of the year to go to. We're back at Fat Brain Toy Company again. Let's go down a different way. We were kind of looking at this stuff. You know, a Toy Fair, I don't want to compare it to a Comic-Con, but it's like a convention. You know, it's like once a year convention. It's a big thing. Some conventions at one time throughout the year, but typically it's once a year. And because it's usually smaller board games. Guys who are coming to business. You know, because usually the booths that are all the way down there, those are usually typically much larger companies. But let's say the stuff down here is of lesser quality. It's just that they're just starting out in most cases. Or sometimes they're just established companies that make bigger spaces. Like, for example, you see we're looking at right now R&R Games Incorporated. They've got a pretty big booth. I don't really know how much booths cost, but I'd assume that being for this booth right here, they've got some Rubik's Cube that we're staring at. Excuse me. They've got some cool games. I think we've actually looked at a bunch of their stuff in the past. They've got usually some really cool games. Might have to go back and check them out tomorrow. Hey, how are you? So we're at the, looks like Tudor Games booth right now. They've got a bunch of electronic football boards and electronic football players. Let's see what else we have down this way. Game Trade Magazine. This looks like this is a board game. So I think what we're going to do now is just walk back towards the action figures. I'll just wrap it up there. Catch up on things I've missed the last 2 days. I know there's been people asking about Pokemon toys, since, you know, we talked earlier about the Wicked Cool Toys stream, and quite honestly, how freaking awful it was. And sorry about that because I was using the Wi-Fi in the center. And now that you guys are seeing the connection. So again, seeing why even right now using the data plan, this probably is looking really jittery and not too great, because there are just so many people here all connected to the same Wi-Fi. So yeah, this is only the bottom floor, and this isn't actually the bottom floor. There is still another smaller section. This year they had, that's really cool looking.
Oh, that's nice.
We got some Spyro the Dragon stuff, some Star Wars, Street Fighter. Looks like a lot of busts, very stylized busts and gaming stuff.
Oh my god.
Here's a Lope. This looks like a costume company. And yeah, there's stuff like that here also at Toy Fair. So it's not just... toys. Kevin Porter asking about Living Dead dolls. You know, I normally don't really... Actually, that's not true. I do typically cover Living Dead dolls. I don't usually give it a ton of coverage, but you know what? I'll probably go back there then in a little bit, because we're headed back in that direction. You know, if you want to bear with us, we can just walk over there right now, and maybe that's where I'll end the stream. And once I do that, I'll actually probably turn. It's usually, you know, not for me, because I don't really collect dolls, and it's not really a lot of the viewership I have on the site. Oh yeah, here's, I don't know if I showed you this before. I may or may not have. I think I showed it to you actually yesterday morning. These are those like life-size turtle, or not turtle statues, but there is a turtle there. These are the life-size statues from NECA. Check out Baby Groot. Baby Groot, Baby Groot. Pearl always busy. Okay, Is it sounding like it's rubbing against something, or is it just glitching in and out? You have to be a little bit more specific to let me know what the problem is, so I can see if it's just the connection. And by the way, if you notice on our right what we're passing, Funko booth. So remember, we just turned the corner at those NECA statues. And enormous booths to our left. Yeah, Funko booth's still going. That's how stupid big their booth is. Full of so many. Stream is glitching in and out, I guess. Alright. We're going to wrap up soon. I was a little concerned about it. If anybody out there is fans of Living Dead dolls, you might like the Nesco stuff. It's sometimes a little bit more cutesy, but it's interesting. I don't really have a stabilizer on this. This is not a gimbal. I'm just using a little handheld thing from Amazon. I got it for like $5, so not the most stable item, unfortunately. But you know, we're almost out of Nesco, and by then everything should be a little bit sturdier. All right, we just passed a booth that does not allow photos, so it's a good thing I'm pointing at a Cryptozoic. I actually need to come back to Cryptozoic also. Sorry. Almost walking to a dude. This is Cryptozoic. We're going to come back off stream and film their toys and statues. But alright, here is Mezco Toys. So I'm going to go over here. And like I said, I'm going to come back after we turn the stream off. Alright. So there's actually some buyers here right now. So we'll just wait for them to see if they wrap up in a few moments. Okay. Earl's saying that just kind of skipping around. Alright, that's probably just because we're having some connection problems down here. Alright, so here are Living Dead dolls for those who requested it. I'm just going to keep this camera as steady as I can so you guys can just look at it. There's a Harley. Now you guys will notice that there's a sign, or hopefully you can see it, there's a sign in the middle that says license or approval. So when it says that, that means that these are not the final sculpts necessarily. They're waiting for approval from the person that owns the license, which in this case is Warner Brothers. So these are not final prototypes. They're still potentially works in progress. But once their licensor says thumbs up, or gives a thumbs up, then they're finalized. So the stuff we're seeing here might not be what actually comes to market. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show what's below that. Jason, he has the sack on his head. Gavin, Cryptozoic does a bunch of things. They do a lot of board games. They do some busts, some statues. I'm going to go over there, I guess, probably tomorrow and film a bunch of things there. But they have really cool stuff. They are, again, one of those companies. Are you talking about Mezco? Here is The Curse of La Llorona. Can't really see what much of she is, though. Right next to her is Pennywise. There is no toy of Pennywise, no matter how cute it may look, that is not creepy as hell. This is coming out in the summer. Comes with a balloon. And over here, from The Conjuring, we have Annabelle. She's seen some better days. I love how it actually says positively do not open on the package. It might be hard for you guys to see it on the stream, but you know, I'll take more pictures later. Oh, we lost sound. Did everybody just lose sound, or just Silver Phantom? We have Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on the right in the red, and Owlman to our left. Both are pending, or at least Sabrina is pending licensor approval. And then finally, Shining figures, Grady Twins and Jack Torrance. And the Grady Twins will have sound. So there is a few more stuff down here. All right, yeah, I will ask them about that item tomorrow. And Punisher. So down here, and Tim Curry, Pennywise. And taking a step over, I don't know if this is the last of Living Dead dolls, but this would be probably the last one we show here. There's a Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. Those are both available now. So, all right, I think that's where we're going to end our stream for now. So thanks for watching with us. There is more stuff. Pretty sure there is some more LED things around here. And for the person asking for a trick-or-treat Sam, well, here is something of him at least to tide you over until I get some answers from the guys. But yeah, thank you for watching tomorrow. Hopefully the internet's a little bit better here as well tomorrow. So hey, anybody that's new to it, please give us a subscription, subscribe to us, and with this, I just got distracted reading the comments. Raul, have I watched two? And I haven't seen any of the Punisher yet. But I like Daredevil a lot, if that makes a difference. I'll probably try and watch the first season at some point of the Punisher. These are some mini Mezco designer series. And this is also a new reveal for Toy Fair, was the stylized figures, the Adam West Batman. I think this is the perfect place to actually cut the stream because that's a great looking figure. Alright, yes. Anybody new to the channel, please give us a subscription. We're doing all sorts of live stream from the event as well as post live stream coverage from Toy Fair 2019. And follow us on Instagram, Nerd News Today, and that's usually the best way to get updated on when we're going to go live. And then I think Jack Specific is not long after. And there's something else in between that, but I don't remember what it is. But yeah, that means there's going to be a lot of random wandering and a lot of catch-up as well. In fact, I'm going to probably be going to the Tamashii Nation booth, which is a little bit further down. There's our friends at Titan Vinyl. So thanks to everybody who's watched today and through the other days of Toy Fair. I'll be back tomorrow, the last day of Toy Fair 2019. Hope to see you all here then. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing these live streams. I know the quality is not always the best, but it's my first time doing them ever at any event. So it's been a learning procedure, trying to figure out all this stuff. So this is Matthew from Nerd News Today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And make sure